Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube station. Today, I'm going to discuss the IRS financial statements. I'm doing the 433A. That's the revenue officer financial statement. I was a revenue officer. I'm going to explain what IRS is looking at. And it goes through both generations of financial statements, the IRS 433A OIC and the 433F. I worked at IRS for a decade. I've been in private practice for 4 decades. In 6 weeks, I will have been doing this 50 years. I am a national expert in IRS resolution matters. I have a huge Facebook following of tax professionals, just so you know. And you can see me on my I am on TV a lot, like a lot. You can see me on 777irs.com, and then you can go ahead and look at my videos there. More importantly, my team. Today, I'm going over page 2 of the 433A. I have a little bit of a series going. I review the IRS financial statement and what an agent is looking for. I'm trying to give you some insight into how IRS looks at your case. The 433F is the revenue officer's choice because they must use the form. The 433F is used by the service center. The 433 OIC is a course used by offers and compromise. This is going to give you a good just general scope. So page 1 was very informative. I've got a couple great reviews on that. So let's look at page 2 and let me tell you what's there, what I'm looking for. So if you pull up 433A page 2 in this series, you should stop my video right now. You should go ahead and pull up the 433A page 2, and we'll begin. Give you a time, stop. Pick up. Okay, the 433A page 2. The first thing I'm going to be looking for is actually cash on hand. Did you put any? What does cash on hand mean? It means cash that you have anywhere. Doesn't mean on your hand. Could mean a safety deposit box under your bed. It's cash that is not in any bank account or anywhere, just cash that you have somewhere. That's what cash on hand means. I'm looking at that to see how truthful you are. Everyone knows kind of how much cash people carry. Not a lot as much. Back when I used to work for IRS, everyone used to carry cash. Now people are using credit cards, but a lot of people don't fill that. So as an agent, I'm going to make sure you do. I'm going to look at the bank accounts that you have carefully. I'm going to match that up many times with your IRS wage and income reports and see what banks, in fact, went ahead and offered or gave you a 1099. I have wage and income reports going back, I don't know, 6 years. I'm going to find out if any of those institutions are looking at these types. I'm going to ask you at some point in time to bring your bank accounts in. The last 6 months, last year, I want to make sure that everything is matching up and you're giving me very accurate account balances. This is all just for assets, just trying to see what you have. Want to make sure you're truthful, matching that up with your wage and income transcripts. Investments are very important. That is line item 13C. I'm going to go through everything, and I am going to want a sheet listing the fair market value for everything, in fact, that's out there. Stock certificates, mutual funds, stocks, bonds. Also, if you have a business entity that you're involved in, I'm probably going to want your financial statement and tax return. Let's say you owe IRS debt, you own ABC company, and you're just showing me a value. That value, you're going to have to put that value, but that's not good enough. I may want a financial statement from that, and if I'm not getting the financial statement, I'm going to want the tax return. So I'm going to be doing a deep dive really into your investments and your company. And that's where you're going to list all this investment section. This is a very important section to me. Digital assets is something new. but IRS is going to ask for a value. They have ways, by the way, they can find out what all these are. So you're better off. You know, there's public sites and secondary sites they can retrieve this information from. So digital assets really are important. Your available credit. You know, everyone thinks, is IRS going to make me borrow money? No, they're not going to. I don't really like available credit. You have to put it. Usually you got to be a pretty, I don't know, revenue officers who ask for that, I really got to examine all. If you've got $100,000-$200,000 line of credit that's available to you, well, whether you put it or not, it's up to you. But IRS could ask you to borrow against it, so be careful. As far as the life insurance policy goes, the only thing that's critical to me really here is you have any cash surrender value. If you do, you don't want to give it to me, I can send a lien and a levy and just garnish it from you. So I want you to know that's page 2. You're looking at a revenue officer who wants to make a deep dive into your stuff to know how they may attack or go after page 2 of the 433A. Thank you for listening. I'll be having page 3 and 4 will be followed up, but at least you know right now what pages 1 and 2 are like. Thank you.